Okay, before I begin this countdown, there's just one thing I want to say. For some reason, for the opening and then the number 5 segment, my microphone quality seemed to have varied. However, the varying stops after the number 5 segment, so I just thought I'd give you a heads up. Now for something witty. I swear to God my countdowns are cursed! I make 2, and then my laptop just stops working. Hello again lads, it's the Celestic Warrior here with a countdown that I've been meaning to do for quite some time. It's just that, well, my other laptop bit the dust when I was just about to edit it, but that's besides the point. In any case, Generation 6 of Pokemon has completely blown me off my seat. Whoa! The graphics are great, the battles are flashier and faster paced, there's better connectivity, because seriously, I never cut out during a trade or battle this time. Except if my internet itself cuts off, but still. And of course, Mega Evolutions. These things were quite a new addition, pretty much giving some Pokemon brand new purposes, whether it makes a weak Pokemon actually usable, deteriorating them a bit maybe, or making an already powerful Pokemon completely and totally flippin' broken. Mega Evolutions were a great addition to the series in my opinion, and I'm going to be counting down my top 5 favourites. Since only one Mega has actually played a role in the anime so far, with the exception of Pokémon the Origin, the design and battle capabilities of each Mega determines which ones go where on the list. So let's begin right now! Absol has always been one of my favourite Generation 3 Pokemon, yet I just really couldn't help but think it was lacking in some areas. Particularly that speed stat combined with his paper-thin defences, which pretty much ensured he would be easily outsped and one-hit KO by anything with decent offense. Thankfully, it got a Mega Evolution that you seriously don't want to underestimate. Mega Absol makes for an absolutely monstrous opponent if you don't know what to do. It boosts Absol's already impressive attack from base 130 to 150, which is the exact same as all the physically offensive mascot legendaries aside from Black Huron, and it gets a much needed increase in speed to base 115. It also gets a boost in special attack to 115, which makes it viable as a mixed attacker. It also gets an absolutely amazing ability change in the form of Magic Bounce, pretty much meaning that status moves won't bother this guy at all. That is assuming you Mega Evolve before they use a status move or an entry hazard move. Design wise, I love this thing, mainly because the fur on its mane takes on the form of angel wings, though the part covering his eye, I'm gonna be honest, I don't quite understand that design choice. Derp! With all these aspects, why is he only number 5 on the list? Well, unfortunately, he's still about as durable as wet tissue paper, and he doesn't really have any amazing offensive moves that can take advantage of that monstrous attack stat. Generally speaking, Life Orb Absol outdamages, but this form is geared more towards support if you ask me with regards to its ability. Don't get me wrong, I love Mega Absol, and it definitely deserves to be on the list, but I just don't like him as much as the others you'll see later down the line. Simple as. I've been a bigger Heracross fan than Pincer fan for years, yet I really couldn't help but feel sorry for Pincer. I mean, the poor thing was constantly overshadowed by Heracross ever since Gen 2. This was owed to the fact that Pincer had a very bad and unbeneficial move pool for his typing, and Heracross had a better offensive typing, and later got Close Combat and Mega Horn. And then in Generation 5 we got Moxie as his Dream World ability. Even he got a Mega Evolution in Gen 6. However, this Mega certainly wasn't the Mega Heracross I was hoping for. They lowered his speed, and while he has the highest attack of all bug types, he looks pretty flippin' derpy. I mean, that nose! So, how did they treat Pincer this time?
Oh my goodness! Squidward!
Let's just say that Game Freak thought of Pincer more than Heracross, because Pincer's Mega Evolution turns him from underpowered and overshadowed to a goddamn monster and one of the best physical sweepers in the entire game. His attack goes up tremendously to 155, outclassing nearly all bug types, and his speed goes up to base 105, making him a hell of a lot faster than before. He also gets a good increase in both defenses, so it's going to be even more difficult to take it down to its sheer bulk. You'll also notice his typing changes to bug flying. While this may seem like a downside due to the fact that this typing has been done to death and the 4-time weakness to Stealth Rock, you have to take a look at his ability Aerialate. This ability boosts normal type moves' power by 30% and changes into flying type moves, getting an extra 50% boost thanks to the same type attack bonus. Combined with that attack and moves like Return, Thrash, and Quick Attack, this thing will tear down pretty much everything that gets in its way. Well, almost everything. There's still the likes of Aegislash. Design-wise, it looks really cool and really scary. I mean, its eyes change yellow, its horns grow larger, and even the wings add to the horror. It's like, what, you were scared about flying spiders? Well, they're not going to exist because we got flying pincers. Where's your god now? Oh, I'll tell you, he's too scared to save you. But seriously, with the huge change Pincer receives in battle capabilities and design with his Mega Evolution, he's easily become one of my favourite bug and flying types thanks to this monstrosity of a form. For all we know, this thing could be the apocalypse, though. Okay, now I'm scared. Ah! Flying Pincer! Run! Lucario is one of the most popular Pokemon of Generation 4, and it's really not hard to see why. He has a really cool design, a typing that, while no longer unique, hasn't really been reused that much, and he has really good mixed attacking stats. Plus, he also has access to the deadly Sword Speed combo. Well, I call it Sword Speed combo anyways, making him a lethal and threatening physical sweeper. Due to his popularity, it's only normal he would receive a Mega Evolution. And it is awesome! Lucario was already threatening enough as he was, but Mega Lucario came along and made him even more lethal. It improved some problems it originally had and made for one of the best fighting types you could possibly have. Its physical defense goes up slightly, and it gets a much needed increase in speed to base 112, which is the exact same as Scolipede. And its offensive stats reach monstrous levels. His special attack goes up to base 140, the highest of all steel types, and the second highest of all fighting types behind Mega Mewtwo X. And his physical attack goes up to base 145, which surpasses even Conkeldurr. Its ability also changes to Adaptability, which makes its stab moves even more frightening. Close Combat reaches a grand total of 240 base power, and Bullet Punch becomes as strong as Extreme Speed. Like, Jesus! After a Sword Stance, it's going to be tearing holes in pretty much anything. That special attack stat can also be made great use of in exchange for less immediate power. There's Nasty Claw, sure, but honestly I prefer going all out physical. Of course you can try going mix too, but I haven't tried that, so you try that and tell me how that works for you. As for design, Mega Lucario looks really cool. Its paws become red, and I also think that it has a nice anti-heroish appearance to it. Why? I don't know, it could just be the markings, but I think the new look really suits him. He looks like a boss. Plain and simple, Mega Lucario is just amazing. Great design, fantastic stats, and great battle capabilities. And guess what? We still got 2 Megas left to go! Jeez, you think you've Mega Evolved enough times, Lucario? You know what? Let's just forget the background for this one. Here's number 2. Oh, hell yes! You probably saw this coming, but Mega Charizard X freaking owns! Now, let me just start off by saying that I wasn't really ever a massive Charizard fan. I mean, don't get me wrong, I liked him, and I still do, but I thought he received way too much attention. I mean, stat-wise he was pretty decent, but it wasn't nearly enough to make me think he was as amazing as a lot of his fanboys say. I mean, like, strongest Pokemon ever, my ass! Generation 6 came along and gave him 2 Mega Evolutions. Not 1, but 2. And both of them play completely differently. But Mega Charizard X is obviously my pick over Charizard Y. Why is that? Well, first off, battle capabilities. Mega Charizard X gets a massive increase in physical defense to base 111, which makes him very bulky on that side, though the special defense stays the same. Though still pretty decent. Both of his attack stats also go to base 130, which makes him viable for being a mixed attacker, although not as effective as Mega Lucario. However, the 2 main changes are in his typing and ability. Charizard X gives Charizard the typing we've long been waiting for him. The typing of Dragon and Fire! Not only has Game Freak finally answered the fans' calls for Charizard's Dragon Fire typing, but now he also has some amazing offensive capabilities, as both types are very powerful with regards to their choice of moves. He loses his 4x weakness to Stealth Rock, though you have to Mega Evolve first to lose it. He resists electric type moves and gains a neutrality to water. As for the ability, it changes to Top Claws. This boosts the power of direct contact moves such as Dragon Claw and Flare Blitz by 30%, which allows him to hit insanely hard with direct contact moves. In fact, when using those types of moves, Charizard X basically gets the highest attack of all Dragon types. More so than Black and White Kyurem, Mega Garchomp, and thanks to the Fire typing, he doesn't have to worry about burn. His foes just have to worry about being burned. Combine that with Dragon Dance, Swords Dance, or Belly Drum, and you're going to be ready to rain a firestorm of havoc on your opponent. Now for the design. I wasn't too fond of Charizard's original design, but Mega Charizard X takes that design and turns it into one of the coolest looking Pokemon I've ever seen. It turns black in color, its flames turn blue due to increased heat, it has flames coming out the sides of its mouth, its wings grow more proportionate and dragon-like, and its eyes turn red. Wait, hold on, one second now. Black body, red eyes, dragon typing, and dragon-like wings. No, it can't be. Lastly, I'm going to be kind of bending the rule here a bit, but I have to mention his role in Pokémon the Origin. Red's Charizard was awesome throughout the whole thing, but come on! That Mega Evolution sequence and defeating Mewtwo with no problem is pretty friggin' awesome, isn't it? I mean, in fact, it's probably the main reason I love this thing so much. In short, Mega Charizard X is just astounding. It gave Charizard the typing it long deserved, made it look a lot cooler, and changed its battle capabilities from iffy to godly. Granted, Charizard Y did the same thing, but I prefer this side, obviously. Now, you are probably expecting this to be number 1. As I clearly said in my top 10 most wanted 3DS games, Mega Charizard X is actually the sole reason I'm getting this version of the game. So, what is number 1? Well, we're certainly as hell not going to find out by just wondering, so let's go take a look.
Charizard! One last Mega Punch!
Okay, once again, I'm not going to give a full-on background here, but what I will just say first is that I wasn't entirely sure about this Mega Evolution at first, but as soon as I actually obtained it myself in the game, my outlook on it changed entirely. So ladies, mental gens, latents, without further ado, Mega Mawile! Well, this was quite a shock, eh? Mega Mawile being my favourite Mega Evolution? Well, before you flip out on me, I do actually have my reasons. Knowing where to start is pretty tough, but whatever, I'll try anyways. Now, I've always liked Mawile, but until Generation 6, the poor thing was borderline worthless. Its mediocre stats and poor move pool never really gave it a chance to shine. I mean, it was always viewed as nothing more than a baton passer who was obviously marginally outclassed by Ninjask. Generation 5 gave it Sheer Force, but it was just too slow and frail to use it properly and was outclassed by Braviary as a Sheer Force attacker. Gen 6 came along to boost it further. It gave it the Fairy typing, which thanks to being combined with the Steel typing, ended up giving Mawile the best defensive typing in the game. Then, it gave it a Mega Evolution that changed Mawile from being bad to being downright terrifying. I mean, just look at this thing. The mouth on the back of its head grows larger, looks scarier, and splits in two. I mean, it still keeps the adorable face we all love Mawile for. And I also have to say I love the new color scheme on its body, but still, because it always has its jaws facing its opponent, dare I say its looks are enough to give even Darkrai nightmares. Still not as scary as flying pincers though. Just why? Not only does Mega Mawile look like the stuff in Nightmares, but it also plays like it too. But at first glance, it doesn't seem that way. Mawile's attack goes from base 85 to base 105, and it gets a significant increase in defenses, raising them to base 125 and 95. However, her speed stays at an abysmal base 50. So given that her attack makes her worthless in comparison to other Megas, why is this thing so high on the list? Well, simple. Take a look, and you'll see her ability changes to huge power. How does this benefit Mega Mawile in battle? Not much. It just gives her the highest attack of all Pokemon in the entire franchise. Since it doubles her attack stat, it basically goes from base 105 to base 210. that reaches a maximum of 678. Pretty much meaning this thing will one-hit or two-hit KO almost every Pokemon in existence. Speed? Well, why worry about that when you have Sucker Punch? With Steel no longer resisting Dark, so long as they attack, even they don't give Mega Mawile much hassle. Also, it has access to Sword stats. like, you think that's a bit much there? As previously mentioned, Mega Mawile's design is both cute and terrifying. In fact, I think the way it combines these two design traits makes it look like a total boss in general. I've already talked a bit about it, so I can't really say much more. But I will conclude by saying that design is not only my favourite of all Mega Evolutions, but of pretty much any Pokemon. Why? I don't know, it just is. In short, Mega Mawile is just too awesome to come up with a single word to describe it. Its fantastic stats, fantastic battle capabilities, and the amazing design all add up to make Mega Mawile my personal favourite Mega Evolution in Pokemon X and Y. I'm the Celestic Warrior, and I have Generation 6 to thank for making Mawile my new favourite Pokemon. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Until then, I'm still going to try to come up with an ending catchphrase. Do you think I went overboard in that last segment? If you said yes, then you're right, because that's just me. Overly dramatic? And downright flippin' insane.